Buenos Aires was buzzing. The world watched as Argentina prepared to award a $300 million contract that would shape its capital's future. This was more than money. It was about pride, power, and global influence. Two giants remained, India and China, having outpaced rivals from Europe and America. The stakes? The future of Argentina's subway system. India's bid was solid. Reliable engineering, affordable and built on democratic partnership. Their offer was straightforward, promising long-term cooperation and mutual respect. Many believed India was the logical frontrunner. China, meanwhile, brought financial firepower and a sweeping vision. Their proposal dazzled futuristic trains, seamless integration and irresistible financing, all backed by the Chinese state. China wasn't just selling trains, they were selling a dream of modernity, delivered fast and financed easily. Then, the news broke. Argentina chose China. The decision sent shockwaves from Buenos Aires to New Delhi. How did India lose? Their bid seemed so strong. The announcement sparked debate and left many wondering if the fight was fair. Was it just about trains, or were deeper forces at play? The stage was set for a dramatic story of ambition, rivalry, and the complex dance of international politics. Beneath the city's streets, a new chapter in global influence was about to begin. The world was watching, and the stakes had never been higher. The Buenos Aires subte, Latin America's oldest metro, was once a symbol of Argentine pride. Decades of neglect had left it in crisis, chronic delays, breakdowns, and overcrowding plagued daily commuters. Stations crumbled, paint peeled, and leaky ceilings dripped onto weary passengers. The trains were ancient, lacking air conditioning, and prone to frequent malfunctions. Safety was a daily gamble with faulty doors and the risk of electrical fires. The government faced mounting pressure. The subte's decay was a national embarrassment and a drag on economic growth. Modernization was urgent. New trains, updated signals, and refurbished stations were desperately needed. But Argentina needed more than just technology. It needed a partner who could deliver and help pay for a massive overhaul. The call went out. Who could save the subte? The world's biggest rail players listened closely. This wasn't just about fixing trains, it was about restoring a national icon and proving Argentina could build for the future. The stakes were high, and the world was watching. The search for a savior had begun. The next chapter would define Buenos Aires for generations. Argentina launched a global tender to rescue its subway, drawing interest from industry giants in Japan, Germany, France, and Spain. The project's scale and rising costs quickly narrowed the field to the most serious contenders. Argentina needed more than trains. It needed creative financing and a long-term partner. Against all odds, two Asian powerhouses emerged, India and China. The final showdown was unexpected, signaling a shift in global economic power. Delegations from both countries arrived in Buenos Aires, engaging in intense negotiations. Each side presented detailed models, financial terms, and visions for the future. The city buzzed with speculation. The decision was anything but clear-cut. For Argentina, this was about more than hardware. It was about choosing a strategic partner. The fate of the subte and a slice of national pride hung in the balance. The world watched as Argentina prepared to make its choice. The stakes had never been higher. India's proposal was practical and reliable. Durable trains, easy maintenance, and a focus on local job creation. Their bid was transparent, affordable, and built on democratic values. India promised training for local engineers and a partnership based on mutual respect. Their message: a high-quality, affordable solution from a trusted ally. China, however, played a different game. Their trains were sleek, modern, and packed with cutting-edge technology. But the real clincher was financing. China offered a long-term, low-interest loan covering the entire project. For cash-strapped Argentina, this made the investment almost painless. China's offer was all-inclusive: trains, technology, and financing all bundled together. This approach, part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, aimed to build deep, lasting ties. For Argentine officials under pressure, China's package was hard to resist. The choice was no longer just about trains, it was about the future of Argentina's global alliances. India offered reliability, China offered transformation. The decision was tipping toward Beijing. As soon as China won, controversy erupted. Critics questioned the transparency of the process, citing China's history of using financial leverage in global deals. Allegations of backroom deals and political pressure surfaced. Some feared Argentina was walking into a debt trap, trading short-term gains for long-term dependency. The government defended its choice, insisting China's offer was simply superior. Better trains, unbeatable financing. Officials dismissed the uproar as sour grapes from losing bidders, yet doubts lingered. Was this a fair fight or a geopolitical power play? The Buenos Aires subway deal became a case study in the clash between open competition and state-backed influence. The shadows of global politics loomed large over the city's new trains. Argentina released a technical evaluation to justify its choice. The report cited India's trains as louder and less comfortable, with higher projected maintenance costs. Integration with the subte's old systems was a concern. China's proposal addressed these challenges more convincingly. Chinese trains offered a more modern design and better passenger experience. For a government eager to showcase modernization, these details mattered. On paper, China's bid was technologically advanced, cost-effective, and better suited to Argentina's needs. India's offer was solid, but failed to excite or fully convince the committee. Whether these reasons told the whole story is still debated. Officially, though, Argentina had its justification. The technical verdict was clear. China won on both form and function. China's victory wasn't just about the best bid, it was about deep roots. For years, Chinese companies had invested in Argentina's infrastructure, building trust and a proven track record. China had already modernized Argentina's freight railways and supplied urban trains. Argentine engineers were familiar with Chinese technology, making standardization and maintenance easier. Choosing China meant less risk and a smoother rollout. India, by contrast, was a newcomer with no local track record. Building trust in supply chains from scratch was a daunting prospect. In high-stakes projects, familiarity breeds confidence. China's established presence gave it a decisive edge. The deal was arguably won years before the final bids. Sometimes history matters more than price tags. Argentina's subway deal was more than a contract. It was a sign of shifting global power. For decades, Western firms dominated Latin American infrastructure. Now, two Asian giants were the last ones standing. China's win showcased the power of its Belt and Road Initiative, high-tech offerings, irresistible financing, and strategic influence. The message to developing nations was clear: partner with China, and your future arrives fast. For India, the loss was a setback, highlighting the challenge of competing with China's financial muscle. The rivalry between India and China is now a defining feature of global geopolitics. Every major contract is a new front in this great game. Argentina's choice revealed a stark reality. For many nations, a comprehensive state-backed package is hard to resist. The subway tracks beneath Buenos Aires now carry the weight of a new world order. The global balance of power is shifting, one train at a time. The world is watching and the game is far from over. Looking back, Argentina's subway decision echoes far beyond Buenos Aires. Infrastructure is now the currency of global power. The choice between democratic partnership and rapid, state-backed modernization is one many nations face. China's strategy is ruthlessly effective, meeting urgent needs with irresistible offers. The India-China rivalry will only intensify, shaping the future of global development. For developing nations, this competition is both opportunity and risk. The Buenos Aires subway is a symbol, a single choice that hints at the world's high-stakes future. The final answer may be given, but the contest for influence is just beginning.